Conditions are a little harsh. Let's crack the stem loose. Welcome back to Coach Adrian's bike shop. There's a little thumbs up thing, you know about that. Do it. I think that helps me. Also, write stuff in the talking box. And finally, tell your friends. This is gonna be just a great source for bicycle nerd entertainment. At least I think so. That's why I'm making it. Y'all have a good day. This BMX bike has the correct 21.1 millimeter outside diameter quill stem I need. Normal quill stems are 22.2 millimeter outside diameter. This doesn't work as well on Schwinn's with this slightly narrower steerer tube inside diameter standard. This mystery $14.99 thrift store BMX bike has the right size stem. It's also got a removable faceplate and takes 7/8 bars. Perfect. The small BMX chainrings are perfect for off-road coaster brake cruiser conversions. They give you the low gearing of a single speed mountain bike with none of the hassle or cost of sourcing it another way or using a legit QBP type BMX part. Also, I get these nice pedals off of this thing too. They'll go into a one-piece crank, so my whole drivetrain is totally scoring as a result of this BMX bike. This thing was $14.99 all in at the thrift store, and I've got lots of parts left to harvest for other stuff. Let's crack the stem loose. Kind of hard to do this one-handed. My methods are a bit lazier. It'll come out. Sometimes the climb is frozen. And you can do a full pedal rotation only to proceed as though you had done 1/8 of a pedal rotation. So when it's time to hike, stretch the hip flexors out, enjoy the fort. Canadian Pacific, Union Pacific yards out there. Conditions are a little harsh. It's a beautiful day to ride. It's kind of right on the edge of high 30s, light rain, little hail, but I got my, specialty totally non-breathable rain jacket. The whole breathable rain jacket thing, it's cool, but sometimes you just need a lot of wool layers and a totally non-breathable rain jacket. Other refinements, got a $20 full suit eBay kit. It's full passion, but it was really good price, and frankly, I was really excited to put this on. I know there's the thing about not wearing pro kit, but probably anyone who's aware of this team's existence would know this is a very old kit. Another big equipment win for me is the refined footwear solutions. You can see here I've just got some used eBay lake boots, wool socks, and then the key element is the plastic bag around the sock, between sock and boot. Had to do a little light repair work on this guy, but that's all good. Bike's doing great. This thing can take a beating. Handlebar bags are all the rage. You don't need to spend big bucks to get some good little storage going here. Check this thing out. I mean, you can see I've done some repair work on it, but you can find these things anywhere for nothing. And they're great. Like, I got a little lock in there, I got snacks in there, they're all plastic bagged. I put a spare pair of gloves in there. Cold day, hard day, bring extra gear, bring more clothes, more food, more water. Treat yourself. It's hard out here. Do it right. Take care of yourself. Gonna log off for this ride and just finish this thing warm and well fed. Y'all have a good one. Welcome back to Coach Adrian's bike shop. Let's check in with some updates and I'll show you how some things are coming along. Now this thing looks cool from this distance, but it's actually got some real problems. It's not going to be a restoration level candidate. That's the kind of problems I'm talking about. My goal, send it out the door, mechanically ready to rip. This front hub had some problems. The supplied lock nuts were stripped and slipping. The nice thing about the American bicycles is they use common hardware store sizes. Most hardware stores have metric fasteners, but not all of them. Any hardware store has the Schwinn required fasteners. I got this wheel with the bicycle. It came as a complete bicycle, but it had some history of tinkering, so I'm uncertain as to the OE status. This is a build for performance, but one day perhaps it would become a restoration candidate. With that in mind, I left the factory paint underneath this gold. The factory paint was pretty haggard, but I figured it would be better to just leave it alone. Someday, it'd be real easy to sand this gold off and get down to factory color again. Here on the bench, Stingray saddle, reupholstery, not yet completed. There's the original vinyl. Here's a bag of denim that I think I'll use for the reupholstery. Over here, some various parts to be used on the build for a Klunker. It's nice to have a little notebook on the bench. These snap ring pliers from a discount tool vendor are great for the BB30 clips. I own this. It was $0. It will live again. That is all. Both of these units are in perfect operating condition. Will be fully featured in the forthcoming short for your indulgence and entertainment. The blue on the head badge is the original blue of the bike. This tire barely clears, but man, it's cool. The hub's super adjusted and the wheel's super true, so we're running it. I've added this stainless bolt to this kind of original period lever. That can make all the difference. Now, I need to get a longer 7/8 post. This thing was kind of a graveyard find, so its parts are miscellaneous. As you can see, the sissy bar only has this one pre-drilled hole. My post just isn't quite long enough to really get the extension for a level saddle. And I want to run, the sissy bar as high as it can be run, because I want this thing to be pretty fun for a full-size adult. Now you can see that I've done a crude upholstery using just denim over the original foam. Originally I had used rivets, but I found that a carriage bolt was actually superior. Went the whole hog and painted the underside of this thing and everything. Up close it's a little dingy, but from a distance this thing just looks totally righteous. Got this non-original crank. I'm also running a non-original Suntour rear derailleur, sort of just to try to make this a little more high perf. Now, I'm quite excited to go test on this thing. Maybe it should have matching tire colors. Maybe it should have gotten a proper restoration grade paint job. Maybe I should have used only OE spec parts. You can see this back here, but the little Harry Potter wheel cupboard. This is my old race bike. Some of you might be aghast at this situation, but this is just sort of a race bike's life. People understand. I crashed on some ice and my derailleur hanger broke. I need to get one of those things. This thing's down for the count. I just keep forgetting to deal with getting that hanger. Here's my stand. Not the best stand, but it's okay. You can see how it works. I use the impact to take stuff in and out of this. You can get this thing at any plumbing store. This is not a legitimate replacement for a proper service stand. This only allows one working position, one height, etc. But it helps me keep things lean and mean and not spend too much time on junk down here. Got some of these Zafal frame pumps on eBay. Having a frame pump on all your regular use bikes that's a dedicated pump for that bike, just one more step that makes it easier to get out the door. Yep, the road bike's back together. I replaced the hanger and we're shredding. When I'm doing a frame pump, like to kind of set that up with its marriage to a bike, really like to protect the frame, you know, where the pump touches it. These little decal sheets of Protectos, or just any kind of clear vinyl decal, you know, that's a great solution, and you get a lot more out of these sheets if you just cut out whatever shapes you want from them. So here's a little quick tip of the day for you. Well, kids, I'm going to sign off the old content blast. Oh, gee. Well, kids, I'm going to sign off the old content blaster for now. But that's pretty much all I got.